Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and the most reliable mug coins on the market. And don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 5% off. The link for their website will be right at the top of the description. Are you looking to take your Madden game to the next level? Look no further than Civil.gg for the best ebooks on the market. Choose one of 2 membership options, and don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 25% off. What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be doing another prediction video. You guys seem to like the prediction video that I dropped on Monday, but yeah, today we're going to be doing our Ultimate Legend predictions. So EA yesterday, they dropped a little loading screen in game showing off 10 different numbers, which means 10 different Ultimate Legends. Yes, 10 different Ultimate Legends are going to be coming out on Saturday, which is pretty crazy. I'm definitely excited for this content drop. This week should be pretty crazy as far as, honors cards. And we already had the Cooper Cup yesterday, and, also Gridiron Guardians on Friday, and then 10 ULs on Saturday is going to be crazy. So the plan today is to try to predict these ULs based off their numbers. Obviously, this video is going to be a little bit more accurate than the one that I dropped on Monday because we have EA giving us some information, which is going to be huge. And I think I could probably go like 70% in today's video. I think if I go 70%, that'd be pretty solid, but I think I might be able to go like 90%. I think I might get like 9 of these 10 right. I really do. I think there's a good potential that I do. But yeah, before we hop into it, about half you guys who watch the videos are actually not subscribed. So most likely you right now, yes, you right now watching this are not subscribed. And if you are still playing Madden 22 at this point of the year, you might as well hit that subscribe button, man, because it's going to be daily Madden 22 content right into daily Madden 23 content. So hit that subscribe button. You might as well get ahead of the curve and just hit that subscribe button, man. It's just all you gotta do. Hit that subscribe button. Okay, so first things first, let's just break down this picture and kind of how I see it. This could kind of be make or break. Honestly, it really could be make or break. But I believe that the left side is defense and the right side is offense. So that's what I think it's gonna be. I think that's a pretty popular opinion I've been seeing on Twitter and stuff, but I'm like 90% sure that the left side is all defense and the right side is all offense. And we're kind of going to go through number by number, breaking down who I think these numbers are going to be. We do have a couple I think that are like basically guarantees. I do have a couple question mark ones that might be like 50-50 balls, maybe even like 40-60 balls. But I think I got a pretty good grip on who a lot of these guys are going to be. All right, so we're going to get started with the number 29 here on the left side. Like I said, I believe the left side is defense. I saw a couple like Eric Dickerson predictions. I don't think so. I'm going to go with our man Eric Berry. He had a card in Madden 20. He had a power-up expansion in Madden 20. I think this one also does make sense. 6 foot 212 would be a really nice safety in game. This card was really, really good in Madden 20. Or it could be Earl Thomas, I think Earl Thomas had one card in Madden 20, I believe. But he had that whole situation on the Ravens, so they kind of got rid of him, and he never got another upgrade. Actually, no, he did get an upgrade. Maybe I'm thinking of it was Madden 21 because he had a pretty good card at the end. Yeah, at the end of 20, and then in the Madden 21 beta, he had like really good abilities and like good X factor stuff like that. And then he had that situation in training camp, and he didn't get a single upgrade for the rest of the year. So I think for the number 29, it's either gonna be Earl Thomas or Eric Berry. I think it's one of the two. I think it basically has to be one of those two guys. Okay, so next up we have the number 52. As you guys can see, 52 right here under 29. And this one, very obvious. I think this one's basically a lock. I'm going to go with Ray Lewis. Due for an upgrade. Yeah, 52. It literally has to be Ray Lewis. And this card would be very good. This card already had 90 power moves. 90s across the board already on this card. I can only imagine how good the next Ray Lewis going to be. And I mean, he's a linebacker, so he can only be so good, but I'm sure this card's going to be as good as you can possibly be for a linebacker. His cards always play so well at 6'1", 250 as well too, so definitely excited for this card, especially if I have like a Ravens team or something like that, or if I use the linebackers. But I mean, he already had 90 zone on this card. Oh, he was ridiculous. Yo, this UL Ray Lewis is going to go crazy. So next up for the number 8 on the left side right here, I'm going to go with Larry Wilson. Very due for an upgrade, and he does kind of make sense. I could definitely see this happening. And I really couldn't think of another number 8 on the defensive side of the ball in NFL history. So Larry Wilson already has a card in game. This one makes sense as well. Will probably be pretty good. I mean, he is 6 foot 190. I wonder how good they make, his his like hit power and his speed and stuff. But I think Larry Wilson is our number 8 on that left side. So next up, we have the number 75 here on the left side. And I think this could be one of 2 players. So the first one is already in the game. That is Vince Wilfork, number 75. It would make sense. He's had an Ultimate Legend-esque career. So I think Vince Wilfork makes sense for the UL. Also, EA has kind of shown that they don't really have that many new names this year, I guess. That's kind of what they've shown so far. So Vince Wilfork does make sense. But if for whatever reason this card is a new name, I think Mean Joe Green could be that guy, man. I mean, number 75, he had a UL in 20, had a UL in 21. Why does that stop now? I don't know. Why would they stop that now? So I think Mean Joe does make sense here for sure. But again, if EA was like bringing in new names for like every promo, then yeah, maybe I would be more confident about this guess. But I think Vince probably has a better chance to be this number 75. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mean Joe. The only way I would really be surprised is because EA hasn't been dropping that many new names. But this card makes sense. Like I said, had one in 20, had one in 21. Why would that stop in 22? So next up, we have our last offensive player. And this one I think is pretty easy. Number 81 on defense. He's had a card in 20. He's been in Madden games for as long as I can remember. Doesn't have a card yet this year. And that is our man, Night Train Lane. Yeah, I think it's going to be him. This one really shouldn't be a debate. He's going to be very good. Going to have good hit power. Usually play man, can play zone. The card 6'1", 194, crazy speed. And I think he gets Rams and Lions chem. So Rams and Lions for Night Train. Not going to get all team chems. Hey, he's not getting all team chems, so don't even ask me. But I think Night Train Lane is like 100% locked the same way like Ray Lou and like and Larry Wilson are in my opinion. So I think for sure we're getting a Ray Lou, a Larry Wilson, and a Night Train. So let's move over to offense. So like I said, we are now on the offensive side of the ball, and we have the number 85. And I think this guy right here is due. Had a card in 21. He's been a big part of like Madden streams. You know, he's the EA rating adjuster, whatever you want to call him. That is Calvin Johnson. I mean, yeah, Chad Ochocinco. Yeah, this one just makes sense to me. He hasn't had a card yet this year. And like I said, they definitely have his rights. There's no way they don't have Calvin Johnson or Ochocinco's rights because he's, you know, the ratings adjuster. He's part of the streams. Like, he's basically like works with EA. So there's no way that they don't have his rights. I think number 85 will be and should be Calvin Johnson. I mean, sorry, not Calvin, Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco. So next up, we have the number 70. I think this one, again, is like 100% guarantee. And I'm going to go with Leonard Davis. War number 70, offensive lineman. We have to get at least one from this promo. And yeah, the number 70 is just an offensive line number. There's no real defensive player that wears the number 70. So that's why, another reason why I think, you know, left is defense, right is offense. So Leonard Davis, I think is basically 100% lock to be getting a UL on Saturday. Okay, so next up we have number 89 on the offensive side of the ball. And while I was kind of looking at some cards that maybe this number 89 can be, it kind of made me like reconsider number 85. I mean, I think like 70-80% sure it's going to be Ocho, but I don't think they're going to drop 2 receivers. Okay, so if they do 2 receivers, I'd be surprised, but I think one's going to be a tight end, one's going to be a receiver. So the number 85 could either be Antonio Gates, who's obviously an ultimate legend, or it could be Ochocinco. But the number 89 could either be like Steve Smith. There's like Doug Baldwin, who I guess is kind of like he probably wouldn't be a UL, like Santana Moss, who's like another new name who were number 89. But also there's guys like Mark Bavaro, who were in the game last year, number 89. Probably won't get one, but like John Mackey, number 89, Billy Joe, number 89. So there are a bunch of 89 options that this could be for tight end and receiver, but I think number 85's got 2 strong candidates for each in Ochocinco and Antonio Gates. So I think if 89 is a receiver, then 85 is going to be Gates. But if 85 is Ochocinco, 89 is going to be a tight end, if that makes sense. So it's kind of tough, but yeah, I mean, we had a Steve Smith in 21, so maybe it could be him, but I feel like Ochocinco, like I said, basically like a part of EA in their live streams, in their ratings adjustments, like they definitely have his rights, but we also know they definitely have Antonio Gates' rights. So that those 2 are definitely tough. That's why I said probably like 70% on today's video, because I'm not 100% on those 2. Like, I was 100% on 85 being Chad Johnson, but now that I'm kind of looking at it, it could be Antonio Gates too. Okay, so next up we have the number 11. And like I said, I believe left side is defense, right side is offense. And on the right side, there's only really one quarterback number on this side, and that's the number 11. So if I were making this promo, I would make the number 11 this man right here, who we've all used. I mean, if you played Madden 21, you definitely use this card for a little bit. Dante Culpepper would have good speed, probably a pretty solid release, good accuracy stats, but I don't think it's going to be Dante Culpepper. I unfortunately do think it is going to be Phil Simms. I know his release is not that good. I think it's going to be Phil Simms just because there can't be that many new names coming out on Saturday. So I think Phil Simms makes sense. He's due for an upgrade. Won a Super Bowl, Ultimate Legend. I do think, unfortunately, it is going to be Phil Simms, but I would love to see a Dante Culpepper. I would love to see a Culpepper. Maybe even like a Janikowski. Maybe it's not a quarterback, but I think it'll be a quarterback. I think it's going to be Phil Simms, unfortunately, man. Okay, so we are down to our final number, and that is this number 40 right here. We've already done a quarterback, maybe like a receiver, tight end at either number 85 or number 89. And then at number 70, probably an offensive lineman. So we already have basically all the offensive positions kind of crossed out, but we haven't done running back yet. And besides the number 29, the number 40 is the only other guy. I mean, there's only one guy I can think of for the number 40 on offense that played running back. And the first one is Mike Allslot. It could be Mike Allslot, but I'm going to go with a guy who hasn't been in the game since Madden 20, and that's Gale Sayers. I think this would be a really cool card to see. Makes sense. I could see EA dropping this guy. Would probably have very good speed. I think when he came out in Madden 20, like at the time, he was like the fastest in the game. So it would be pretty cool to see a Gale Sayers card. Would probably have a good spin, known as the Kansas Comet. And yeah, he had a UL in 20, so I don't see why he wouldn't get another UL here in 22. I'm sure they still have his rights, but this one makes sense because we've already done quarterback, receivers, tight ends, offensive linemen. So number 40 at running back, the first guy I thought of was Gale Sayers. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for our Ultimate Legend predictions, and I'm pretty happy with these. I think I did a pretty good job at, not doubling up on positions. We have a free safety here at number 8 with Larry Wilson, a strong safety up here with... That's why I think it's probably going to be Eric Berry, because this is basically 100% Larry Wilson, who's a free safety. And then you'd have Eric Berry, who's a strong safety. That would make sense. We have a linebacker here, 52. We got a defensive tackle, defensive lineman in either, who was it, Mean Joe Green or Vince Wilfork. At corner, we got a Night Train Lane. Number 85, 89, either a tight end or receiver. Offensive lineman right here with Leonard Davis. 11, probably Phil Simms or Dante Culpepper. And then we have a running back. So we basically covered every position, which I think is what this drop is going to be. I doubt they kind of double up on anything. So I'm pretty happy with my predictions. I think I might go like 70% here. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a lot of these right. So, yeah, as always, drop a comment down below. Maybe I missed some obvious ones. If I did, just drop a comment. I do read every single comment. And honestly, I probably did. I'm probably too confident about these predictions right now. But, yeah, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications. And, yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.